Dark so long I could not find the meaning. Hold my hand, let me stay by your side through this never-ending night. I can feel it now, it haunts me. All these demons, how they surround me. In this red light, it calls me. He is reaching out, consuming. Tyrant of the dark star, where's my love? What hold this heart?
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Goblets and Gays. I'm Aubrey, your GM. I'll toss it over to my players to introduce themselves, who they are, who they're playing, and then we'll get rolling into things.
Hi, I'm Maki. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Gravewing, the Nagaji Sylph vigilante monk / air cadeticist, who also uses she, her pronouns, and she is the party mom / strategist of the rebellion.
Hello. I'm Alyssa. My pronouns are they, them, and I play Laeth IV, the matricidal Dampier Dandy Rogue and Spy Master, who uses she, any pronouns.
Hello, I am Dusty. I use they, he pronouns, and I'm playing Eurideux, just Eurideux still. They are our Nephilim, cursed boy of a problem. They are going to be the party in this rebellion's firebrand, and they also use they, he pronouns.
Hello, I am Farris. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Alouette, a totally normal Nephilim thaumaturge bard having a very normal and good time learning all about her way more cursed family. She also uses she, her pronouns and is the Anathema partisan.
Hello, I am Sparlock, and both me and my character use he, him pronouns. I'm going by Alistair Whiskerfield, wizard detective extraordinaire, as heir to the fine distinguished family of wizard mice ratzards, Isoki arcanists. I swear I was always aware of it. I keep my whiskers to the ground to uncover the truth of the powers that be who subjugate us, by which I mean I'm our recruiter.
And hello, to round off the group, I am Tick. I have he, she, they pronouns, and today I'll be playing Nihil, a flesh warp sorcerer who is just a totally ordinary cook and quartermaster for the group, and definitely not a cannibal. Parentheses, he's a cannibal, but it's a dietary restriction, so don't be too mean to him.
So, who wants to tell me what happened last time?
Can it be me?
Sure.
Thank you. So last time on Gays and Goblins that we played actually a decent amount of time ago, we committed a lot of murder, but also they were cops, so it doesn't matter, you know? We fought off a bunch of the lamplighters who were kind of snitching around here. We woke up some person who was unconscious who had some interesting little vibe to them. They had like the plot hook energy of like an important NPC you can't leave behind in the village. And we kicked some butt. I was definitely very helpful and didn't miss a lot. And Gravewing definitely didn't carry the entire fight 100% and saved all of our asses. Thank you, Gravewing. But as we finished up this dangerous fight, we met a man, I'm sorry, my brain just saved the information as cool space robot that came down from space.
Yeah, they're not really a space. Technically, yes, but no.
Cool space robot. The exact details is, I'm pretty sure, Child of the Titans? Question mark?
Yeah, Child of the Titans.
Yay! Child of the Titans, where the Titans are sure, but we met the Child of the Titans, who is one of very few amount of robots that are like, hey, we kind of just came out of some pods. We actually don't even know where we came from either, but we're some pretty weird guys with some pretty weird magical bodies, and a lot of people want to do that thing called vivisection, which is not very cool. And lamplighters are like, ooh, that's interesting. And we're like, how about we don't give the lamplighters any more power or any vibes, actually? I think that's kind of cringe of us. So we kind of just scrumbled in, and we have now befriended this person who I feel really bad I forgot her name.
Marigold.
Marigold, yippee!
It's easier for her to say rather than call me Model 4718001D.
Okay, so Model 4718001D has been added to our party as we are going to soon leave Nessie's chamber, because Nessie is honestly just kind of concerned about her friend getting attacked, looks like, which is very cash money of her. Good for her. And I'm pretty sure we're going to end up recruiting like 17 different people as we finish up this arc. But currently we are on our way leaving. I totally didn't eat anyone. I just remembered that. Totally didn't commit any sort of weird cannibalism, and also don't have I think like several of us have tetanus as well. But like we'll deal with
you'll learn in about 10 days.
We'll learn about the actions of our consequences later. Farris, I'm sorry, that face haunts me that you just made. The sheer horror, thank you. But yeah, that is the lesson. More of it. We kicked some ass, we took some names, and one of them was very long and summarized to Marigold. And we are now adopting Kessie. Right?
Yeah. You got some loot. Between all of the people you murdered, there's about 60 gold, also valuables. There are 2 sets of lamplighter robes, unfortunately rather bloodied, 2 holy symbols for the warden, 2 ornate lamplighter staves. Those are worth about 5 gold each if you want to sell them, but they're these sort of staves that have these sort of hanging lamps from them that are usually lit by magical light. You have one maul that the big dude had, 3 kukri from all the assassins, 2 sets of holy blood leathers that are, or 3 sets of holy blood leathers that are also very bloody from murdering the people that are wearing them. You've got the collar of the shifting spider from the big guy, the flask of fellowship, a lesser rope of climbing, and 4 vials of bestial blood mutagen, which if anybody ever takes, I will tell you what it does.
Oh, I know what it does. That's one of my recipes.
It's different. It's something I've created homebrew for this.
Oh, so God forbid I learn a recipe. No, I'm kidding.
I'm not sure you want to learn this one. Let's just say. But yes, you all head back into the water and swim back through the tunnel to the sort of ruined temple at the bottom of the lake. And when you do, you instantly see that the very now familiar sight of the Cedric Kessie, almost waiting for you to return, waiting for news. And as soon as Kessie sees Marigold, it's hard for it's like a dog when you do return home. They are very excited and very happy to see their friend. And they sort of wrap Marigold up and they share a moment. Also, Marigold is a druid. And so, is talking with Kessie, and eventually Kessie does let Marigold go, and you can start your swim back. The big question is, do you want to... Well, actually, you probably need to go back to the wharf because he has all of your stuff. I was really like, you theoretically could just... You're about halfway through the lake. You could cut the distance and just go back into the city and not have to go back through the woods. But the dwarf has all of your stuff.
Yeah.
We're not showing up into the city in our underwear. There are lines. Come on.
We don't need any more rumors from the rich people. Come on.
We don't want anyone talking about. Did you see the Dock Street Streakers?
Those heroes of the Dock Street
Streakers. Favorite ska band in Mallachad.
Yeah. So it probably takes you. Actually, takes you much less time to get out because of Kessie's help. You're all able to, thanks to Marigold, you're all able to sort of grab on to Kessie, and Kessie will swim you out. So it takes much less time to get out than it did to get here. And before you know it, you are. Yeah.
Me, Farris. I don't care what Lou's up to. I'm having the best day of my life right now. Freaking love this little dinosaur. Okay.
So you eventually get to the point where the water is shallow enough that you can walk back onto shore, and you see the very familiar sight of the small hut that Denrim the dwarf has made. Yeah, you move, you collect all of your gear. Is there anything you wanted to do before you head back to the city? Because I'm going to need rolls, because you'll be heading back through the Watching Wood.
Did we remember to bring back our dear friend Aster?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we just left them at the bottom of the sea.
We've forgotten them so many times, okay? It's not unlikely. We had a whole battle without them because we forgot they were there.
To be fair, they wouldn't have been able to help you anyways because they don't fight.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the point. They could have been in danger. So they could have taken some hits instead of us.
Yeah, they could handle a couple hits, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
This
We could have killed the Dockmaster instead.
All I'm gonna say is if they didn't take any hits, then that means they either hid super well or the GM also forgot about them. And I, for one, am not taking blame this month.
I'm not going to say which it was.
I'm just, Aubrey, if you could just put in like a blooper reel, the clip of like, oh yeah, Aster's here. Because I remember that.
And you're just gonna edit it in. You're gonna record yourself saying, "Oh, and Aster's here also," and got a nat 20 on hiding. And you're just gonna edit it in and gaslight everyone.
Yes.
But
I'm gonna say that it's still hilarious. It just means that our bitch survived. We kind of need them for a little bit, so.
I imagined Aster like in the water, like where just before it gets like shallow, with just the eyes above, just being like, "Ooh."
As they watch you murder everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
wow, I don't
Aster
piss off
real
those guys.
hard considering going back the way they came.
But yes, you all were given a ride back to shore by Kessie, and is there and anything that you want to do before you head back through the Watching Woods? Because you'll have to make rolls.
So I have a question. I can't really communicate with Kessie, but I'm going to be under the assumption that Kessie can understand if we just start talking.
I mean, Aster can talk for you because Aster is a druid, so Aster can talk to Kessie.
Okay. That's dope too.
Or not Aster, Marigold.
Damn, Aster can't do shit, huh? That's
Aster can do medicine. So if anybody needs any medicine, Aster can patch you up. But it's Marigold who is a druid and can talk to Kessie.
Dope. I am gonna be asking Kessie if she's got any more extra scales lying around that she's not gonna be using.
Yeah, you do that, and Marigold sort of says this to Kessie, and very much seems like can communicate. And you watch as sort of Kessie sort of like rubs her nose against a part of her body, and Marigold goes over and sort of gently sort of pulls off these loose scales, and will hand you 4 scales.
Nice. I'm then gonna pull one off of me and offer it back because it's my scales are not as impressive or big as that's a lie. I have my snake tail. My snake tail might be actually have some pretty sizable scales, but it's just more of like a very nice little mutual offering here. Later in the week when we do downtime, I am going to come back to the docks to just bring Kessie some food because the worm will get me if I don't. So, very, very good things here to do. But yeah, no, I basically intend to keep befriending Kessie with at least being chill neighbors,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, like you've got Marigold now who can communicate and knows Kessie pretty well, so you've got a leg up on that for sure. It's probably about like mid-afternoon by the time that you do get back up onto land, and especially if you want to heal, because I know some of you took a lot of damage in the fight.
Maybe so.
I would like to let Astrid make themselves useful for once and heal me, please.
Aster will definitely patch you up. I'd say there's enough time that, especially if you're just going to take as long as it takes, it'll probably be a couple hours to patch everyone up. But
I could actually patch people up faster now. I could do it every 10 minutes instead of every hour.
All right, then if you work
Start patching us up, please.
Yeah, if you work with Aster, you can get it done in, I'd say, probably in an hour.
I'll let Aster work on Laeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah. I could work on 2 people at a time. And also could do it every 10 minutes now, so you'd probably be out here within an hour.
Yeah.
That's to go to full, or that's to go for a specific rolled number?
Essentially, is you all can heal up to full if you spend the hour doing this.
Why not?
Thank you, Aubrey.
Mm-hmm. And eventually, you all leave to head back into the city, and I'm going to need either nature or survival rolls from people.
I have a question, actually. Isn't the lake chill now? Can't we just go back through the lake?
You could, yeah. You could essentially go over the lake through and sort of...
So we'll go back, get our stuff, and then go back towards the lake to
like get a boat and go out. Like,
does
Denerim
have a boat?
Is there a boat that hasn't been
on
broken?
The side? Yeah.
There's like a little rowboat that you could maybe all fit in.
I'll go back in and swim as long as the my stuff doesn't like get wet. It just makes more sense to like, why would we go back into the woods like when we can just go back through the lake?
If you bring this up, sure. Where's the other side of the lake where we'll be exiting?
Essentially, you would be heading into the Narrows, the dock district.
Oh, so it'll just take us right there.
Yeah,
that's actually a brilliant idea.
The reason why we didn't go through the lake before is because we're like, there's something wrong with the lake. We got to go around and find them, right?
Yeah.
But now that
we should.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we solved the problem of the lake. We might as well just take the time to go back through the lake. Worst case scenario, we get jumped at the lake, but we got Kessie now.
Yeah.
I love Lapras, the Pokemon.
Let's not put Kessie in danger.
Kessie is Kessie is the general danger. That's the reason why we didn't go. Like what are you gonna do? Get tetanus again?
Bitch, I don't even know I got tetanus. But yes, okay. I
support the boat plan.
It's a great idea. I guess Yuri will row.
Yeah, there is a boat. It will take you. Yeah, you'll be getting back probably once it's getting on until night. It's probably gonna take you a few hours to row across the lake with people. Sort of, even with Kessie probably giving you favorable tides. I don't know.
Yeah, but we got the time.
Can we be pulled by Kessie like a jet ski, like we're skiing? I'm kidding, but also.
I mean, if
Oh,
it's an
sure.
idea you bring up, you might be able to convince Marigold.
Are we calling this the Orange Islands? And we're gonna ride on Nessie's back across the lake.
We kind of already did.
We are. Like, yes.
As a
I'm going to say
treat.
yes.
As a treat.
Some
Yeah.
of us in the
Yeah.
boat, some of us swimming with Cassie, some of us just straight up on Cassie. I think as long as she's okay with it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, you saved Kessie's friend, and Kessie is happy. So if Marigold asks you, some of you can ride on Kessie's back, some of you can swim, some of you can be in the rowboat. It will take several hours to sort of just cross the lake, and it's getting on towards night. It's a little over halfway through the week. And eventually you get back to the Narrows, and it certainly is a bit of a spectacle as you arrive. And certain people are maybe a little surprised to see, because essentially anytime that the Kessie has been showing up at any of the docks, they've been attacking things and eating whatever food. Yeah, you're able to get up onto the docks, and I imagine you're all wearing your masks.
Oh, of course, we gotta be in like costume when we make a statement, climbing off the sea monster's back after like dealing with the issue.
Actually, do we want to make a statement here? Do we want to not just like visually claim it, but to like make a statement like, we have solved the problem, we are Anathema, we're here to help?
How high is our danger rating right now? Because maybe that would be a good idea. I'm not sure if it'll provoke anything else.
We
though.
don't know yet.
Yeah, you don't know yet. You don't know until your the next rebellion phase rolls around.
This would be the
as of
second
now-
time we would claim something helpful.
As of
Within a
now, for this week, 11.
Do we want to be a little
For
spicy
this
with it? I kind of want to be a little spicy with it. I'm not gonna lie.
There is literally no better time to do so unless like we literally just start quite literally like doing petty crime, be like Anathema, like, and I hit my fucking mic. My bad.
The only
But,
reason I can think of to not do it is that if there is deeper investigation into the lake, there are some burned corpses in a cave that if those were found because they knew where to look for them, then they can trace it to Anathema directly.
Those were lamplighters and wardens. They already know.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're gonna know, and
Yeah.
then whether it's our fault or not, we'll probably get the blame. So we might as well just be like street cred.
Sure.
We gotta build street cred before we start denying it. Is where I'm at.
Yeah. I'm more in favor of definitely making a statement here, like a literal statement than not, but just wanted to make sure we were considering the options carefully.
Yeah. I mean, we do have a role that is dedicated to making statements in our little thing.
Who's that?
Don't we have like a face to the?
Oh yeah, who's that, Lou?
Two.
Who's their face?
Only two nobles. I think the rat does it for the common people. I don't know if it matters.
The rat does-
Alistair.
does-
Sorry, I don't know why I'm being so
is-
disrespectful.
Alistair's a
Alistair
The great mouse
is
detective.
Alistair is the
jeez.
recruiter.
They are
That
the
is
recruiter.
that is technically the person who would be making a lot of the statements.
It should be Gravewing though, right?
It can be.
It should be Gravewing because you're the one that people know, especially in this district.
That's true. We are in quite literally Gravewing's area.
Plus, you're also a MILF, so even if people don't know you well, they'll definitely appreciate you anyways.
I don't even think I'm gonna be really
They're not-
like
I don't
kind
think
of
you're
meta.
a MILF to public face.
No, it's not.
You're a secret MILF.
I'm a
saying-
secret MILF. You can no. I mean, I think I'm within the MILFy age range, where people can be like, that's a MILF, you know.
It's
But
an
no,
aura.
it's an aura, yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna say is,
Fine
I don't even think I
elimination.
need to make much of a statement. Like, if I'm getting real meta with it right now. If I've been a superhero vigilante in this area that's already well known for the past 10 years, I think me showing up and people seeing is relatively enough, just because we've established that low key already. with the Clockwork Union. But I'll, for the sake of narrative, I will still do a little, I guess, speech if we really, really want to. Just don't you dare make me roll diplomacy.
Yeah. It was hilarious. I was actually going to ask you if you wanted to roll intimidation.
One second.
I want to scare the people.
I have intimidation. I do have society. That's what I've been doing, mostly with society. If you give me society, don't we live in a society?
Sure, you technically can do society.
Thank you. I need you to know I've been doing nothing but taking society, like, skill feats on the side because I need all the help I can get. I really decided to be fucking Batman with no charisma, but all the riz.
That's Batman.
Exactly. Like, oh my god. Unless I'm adopting you or fucking you, you're gonna be really not enjoying my time. Sorry, double checking what my stat was. Okay. 27.
27. Yeah. What do you say?
Okay, I'm gonna paint us a little picture first, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We ride in. Dead of night. Kessie is essentially the headlights of this vehicle. And then there's a boat. We disembark. We're on, like, the docks. Some workers see us. Maybe the locals that live here see us. I'm 100% thinking of Docktown right now because Nevgalis has my entire fucking life. So does Minrathis. So that's what I'm picturing right now. So you guys know, like, visually what I'm thinking the area is like.
It's a good vibe for the area.
Yeah. It's basically here's the harbor, here's the docks, here's the ships, and then fucking Stu's house is like 5 steps from the nearest dock. So it is a area where the poor, the homeless, the dock workers all kind of have to share a space because there's an I wouldn't say overpopulation, but in this area, there's too many fucking poor people that have to also now work in this little area. And it's also fucking really late at night. So we understand what's happening here. I will play out this classism. We disembark. Gravewing will look at everybody, kind of raise a hand. Look at the rest of us to make sure that we're all wearing our masks, and just say, your problem solved.
And it's sort of at that point where Alistair will sort of take the lead on this, being the dockmaster. You see as they approach someone there who also looks like they probably have some sort of influence, quite possibly the leader of the shipbuilders union. They start sort of conversing quietly, and they sort of point and they're gesticulating, and they're kind of giving you time to essentially beat feet, get out of here. But they are going to take over this and sort of settle things, get things moving again, since the attacks will stop, so the shipbuilders union can get back to work. It'll take a few days, but by next week things should be going on again.
I think the most I will do is, I'm used to people coming up to talk to me. Actually, I think it's the real. I have enough decent rep in the poorer districts where I'm not gonna like swing on random civilians. You know what I mean? I think I also have enough street cred to not get pickpocketed by poor little children. But it's when it's those like kind of more, I wouldn't call them intimate, but it's a little bit more private. Like, I'm not doing a big boastful, we're Anathema. It's more like when that happens and they ask, like, who's your new crew? I'd be like, well, it's a bigger crew now. We're the Anathema. and that's how word's gonna spread. Real, like, it's low key until it's not, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You do that, and also, like, as you're doing this, it's like you watch like Marigold. They have a hood on their sort of jacket, and they pull it up sort of like over their hair, and they like push the hair back because the hair itself glows. So they're doing their best to hide it and sort of keep their head down and kind of stick to your backs as you start moving through. And I guess the big question is, where do you want to head?
Pro?
Probably Pro and Hammer, right?
On him, yeah.
I think that's probably just be the safest because we have people that are watching out for us.
Yeah.
That would also be the safest for Marigold, I think. It's a tavern full of assassins. Like, I think that's actually the safest place for Marigold right now.
Quite possibly, yeah. So you move back through the districts and heading to the familiar tavern. It's late on Wheel Day, the 3rd of Wendvale, and it's, for the Crow and Hammer, seems to be a bit of a quiet night, but it still means that the place is full and people are enjoying themselves. It's just not full to bursting like it is at some nights. But I also imagine you go into the hidden tavern underneath, where only the blades go. Now that you are here, what would you like to do? Are you going to introduce Marigold to anyone?
I mean, yeah, it feels real intrusive to not introduce her to Lorelei, the owner, the Bloody Blades herself. So, yeah, definitely. God, Clover too. Okay, right? That's the right name, right? It's Clover, not Clove.
Clover.
Okay. Honestly, whoever's in charge first, so that way we can explain the situation and kind of what we just did. I think it's important to keep our allies in the loop.
Yeah. There is a small area sort of in the bar that's sort of closed off that Lorelei uses when she needs to have meetings and having private conversations. So you all can sort of head in there. Lorelei will just get a round of drinks for everybody as you all sort of introduce, and Lorelei will sort of circle, like she's sizing Marigold up. And sort of just taking a look and understanding this person. And Marigold's just sort of standing there like, if she could sweat, she'd be sweating. And Lorelei says to her, more than happy to offer you a place to stay, but everyone here pays their way. Skills, money, anything you can. And Marigold nods and says, I understand plants, herbs, creatures, and can heal people. I've got a little bit of magic. And Lorelei goes, I'm sure we'll find a use for you. But yes, Lorelei hands Marigold off to Clover, and Clover takes Marigold to Marigold's new room. And then turns back to the rest of you and says, you've all been busy.
You've heard.
I mean, rumors are swirling everywhere, including some very interesting ones.
Oh, like what?
I'm guessing it was the two of you who broke into Lady Idrisi's house and attempted to kidnap her.
Is it breaking in if it's my residence?
I think you have been disowned, so technically.
Aw, womp womp. Don't worry. You've got... You've had a questionable family, now you've got an even more questionable one.
I have to go meet with someone from Coffin Walk. I should be back tomorrow or later tonight.
Coffin Walk at this time of night?
I'll be fine.
Well, I know you will be. It's whoever you run into that I'm worried about.
They may not be fine.
You are the powerful entity in the Coffin Walk. Last I was aware.
Watch out for bogeymen.
Duly noted. Not what I'm going there for, but I will certainly keep my eye out.
Mm-hmm.
Someone is causing some problems for some people who are under my protection there, so I have to make sure that that person doesn't cause problems.
Well, if you need backup.
I'll be fine. I generally prefer working alone. And you're still wearing your mask, Gravewing, right?
Yeah. I think it makes more sense to always assume that I am wearing a mask unless I state otherwise.
Yeah, that's true. So you get a kiss on the forehead of the mask before she leaves.
Nice. I don't say nice. This is me. This is Aki saying nice.
And you are left to your own devices. You have essentially 3 days left of the week. You've been very busy for this first half of the week.
Can we do miscellaneous downtime too?
Yeah, you can do miscellaneous downtime. You can take any downtime actions if there's any smaller things that you want to do. Conversations with NPCs, PCs, anything that you would like to do during this time.
I would very specific. Well, I said before, like to come back and give Kessie some food offerings that aren't just rations. So there's that I will do nebulously. I want to have a convo with Lou later. That's what I wrote. Later though, it can happen. Other people can go first. But the one thing I want to do for sure that doesn't require role playing but might require roles. I want to go to a crafts worker of sorts. That way I can get these scales made into some jewelry.
Yeah, that's not going to take a roll. It'll take some money. Not that much money because you're not like trying to make magical jewelry or anything.
No.
So
purely sentimental at this point.
Yeah, I'll say like, how many do you want to be made? One, multiple for all the children.
Yeah. All the children, including the small ones, and in this case, Proximita gets counted with the kids, so that's 4. I want one for Lorelei. That's 5. I'll make one for Laeth, so that's 6. I want 6.
6.
I have 8 scales, and they're Kessie size scales.
They're like hand size.
Yeah. I remember they're pretty sizable. But if I need more material, I have my own scales, which is also fine for me to use. I don't mind mixing materials, but it's very much the vibe.
With the 8 scales, you can make the 6 pieces because they're not going to be like massive pieces or anything.
No.
Very simple stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking like I'm assuming like earrings for most of my kids except for the baby. The baby's getting like a straight up like a pendant or something like that because it's a fucking baby. Lorelei will get if I can just a 2-set bangle, like so the thicker ones, just like that, but I'd like 2. And I don't know what kind of jewelry person Laeth is. So Laeth is going to just get also a pendant where it's just kind of like you can decide if you have the right string, like like that kind of vibe.
Yeah. I'd say something like that will probably take about a week's worth of work from this crafter and about 5 gold.
It's a good thing that I have gold. I need you guys to know that before we were like, okay, we're gonna start putting things into group stuff. Any money I found, I fucking kept. I'm not giving it back. So I have money for a bit, which is fun. But yeah, okay. That's you said 5, right? 5 gold.
5 gold.
Okay, dope. Okay, I did it.
I did have 2 things. I actually wanted to have a talk with Laeth at one point. And I wanted to go talk to a cousin in Salvation Row. Another Moran to get some info. So that could be like getting gossip, I guess, even though I'm terrible at charisma.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, and I don't. If other people have other stuff, it doesn't need to be in a specific order.
Whoever wants to go first, go first.
I'll go get some dirt then.
Go first, Dusty, please. My brain's racing.
I'm going to go to either that night or the next day go visit my cousin that we're on talking basis, but that's pretty much it. It's Alice, right? Alice Moran is in Salvation Row, and they're also
they are the senator for Salvation Row.
Okay, before I completely go out, before I approach them, before I leave, actually, I should figure this out. How well known is that we were arrested? Pretty well known, right?
Pretty well known.
Maybe I don't do this. This actually sounds like a bad idea. I would like to go and mask around Salvation Row and talk to the locals to see if they've heard anything whack.
Yeah, we'll do a gossip roll. It is a diplomacy check. I will say it is a DC 20. To collect usable rumors. You're going to get rumors no matter what. If these are usable or not.
Since I'm looking about gossip about other stuff, maybe think I use legal lore?
Sure, that would definitely influence the kind of rumors that you get.
It is the kind of stuff I'm looking for specifically. Okay, that brings it from a +2 to a +7. Hell yeah. I didn't make that with a +2, but a +7, that's 23.
A 23. So you do pick up a rumor sort of about, like what in particular were you looking for rumors on? Just like using legal or?
Talks about people influencing the union busting stuff.
So there's a lot of talk about people being worried because of all of these automatons going haywire and attacking people, and it seems like Finian can't do anything, and there's a more and more of a sentiment of people being scared and slowly starting to be swayed by somebody who promises to do something. and especially since Finian cannot give anybody a good answer. It's a slowly rising sentiment. It's nowhere near enough where you feel like Finian might get voted out yet, but there seems to be a growing discontent with this because they can't offer protection. They can't do anything to stop it.
Is there any mentions of people that is starting to gain favor at all over Finian?
It is Alexander Scriabin.
Motherfucker. Okay. Great. Yeah, I think Yuri, I'll say, just for clarification, Yuri is going out in the mask. Probably not wearing the big cool coat as much, maybe wearing something less recognizable. We'll go around, get that info, and then save it, make sure to share with everyone once we have like a huddle or whatever.
Right. Yeah, you've got that rumor, and it's just the rising discontent and fear in the district seems to be growing, and they haven't had a good answer for the last attack, but it's not been a week yet.
Mm-hmm.
And these attacks seem to happen once a week. So Lou, how you doing?
Great, totally fine. Nothing bad happening here. Not the first night, but just at some point during the week. Can I go talk to Connix and Lorelei? Not at the same time. I have very different conversations I want to have. We don't actually have to roleplay the Connix conversation necessarily. I just want to know what his deal is. I want to know who he is. What's he about? Why did he help us? Who is he? Why is he here?
It's just for shits and giggles. Give me a diplomacy roll. And I'll tell you what you learn about Connix through said roll.
I lost this dice and I finally found it. So we'll see if that means it's gonna be mad that I lost it or happy it's been found. Mad. It's mad. It's upset. What'd you say? Diplomacy?
Diplomacy roll.
Thankfully I have diplomacy, so that's gonna be a 17.
A 17?
I rolled a 6.
Connix will tell you that he most certainly he owed a debt to Helena. And that's how he got roped into all of this. Helena called in that marker. And he didn't roll high enough for this, but he certainly he drops the hint that he is part of a group that Helena worked with, and that's how they met, and where the debt had been incurred.
Does he like working with us?
Yeah, he does, and
cool.
He does say it is the work that you're all doing is very similar to work he's done before. So,
yeah, buys him a drink before and after the conversation.
Yeah.
And then I also want to talk to Lorelei just whenever there's a chance.
Yeah, Lorelei is around quite often during these days. So you can catch her usually in her office and upstairs, or somewhere at the bar downstairs, or you can separate her from Gravewing.
Definitely want to have this conversation away from other people as privately as possible.
Mm-hmm. So you can head to her office during, she sort of has the, essentially where the the owner for the bar, like the innkeeper, like where their office would be. That's hers, so she works out of that.
Lou will go into the office at some point when Lorelai does not seem busy, and will like just be the picture of polite etiquette, like curtsies, and says, Mother of the Bloody Blades, if you're not engaged in anything pressing, would it be all right if I asked you a personal question that you are not under any obligation to answer, of course?
So as you enter the office and say it, she currently has her boots kicked up on the desk. She has a throwing knife in one hand, and you can see on the wall there's a target with a very angry drawing on it that she looks like she's been throwing knives at for the past 10, 15 minutes.
Is the face anyone I've seen before? Or is it just a random drawing?
Unfortunately, drawing is not on Lorelai's set of skills, so it kind of just looks like an angry, it's a frowny face.
Sure.
With horns.
Sure.
And she'll look at you and just say, just close the door. And we'll sort of kick her boots off the desk and sort of move to sit and point at the chair that's across from the desk and say, take a seat. I'll answer questions within reason.
Lou will obey, but glance at the subject of the knives, sit down, and then also be like, if it is a bad time, I don't have to be here.
No, you're fine. I was just getting out some frustrations with knives. The senator of the district and I had a conversation, and wish she would just grow a goddamn backbone.
Yes. I can see why that would be troubling. For sure. If it is not too bold to ask, I was wondering if I might inquire a little bit into your state of being. Not in an attempt to pry, of course, just in an attempt to better understand those like you and necessary needs they may or may not have. But if that is too personal, I don't have to ask anything. I can leave immediately.
No, it's fine. And most of the time, all the time, Lorelai's wearing her mask. And, you watch as she'll sort of pull it off and sort of set it on a table in front of her. And, she sort of kind of pulls up the lip and just sort of touches the fang and just talking about this state of being.
Yes.
Well, it kind of varies from Domfir to Domfir. Some of us are more connected to our parents' lineage than others. My mother's bloodline was very strong. I honestly don't know. I haven't seen the sun, so I don't know if that would affect me in any way. But I don't need blood to survive. But it is like a person living on an improper diet if I don't have it.
Would it make you weak and prone to not, I don't know, fainting, I suppose?
I wouldn't be wouldn't go that far, but I would be irritable, tired, liable to make rash decisions, not think clearly.
That just sounds like people.
I didn't get where I am today by being rash and making rushed decisions.
Lou makes a mental note of that and files that away for later.
Yeah, kind of like runs a hand along the scar on her face as she says that.
If there was a person who was vampiric and they were not imbibing in blood, would you be able to tell? Not you specifically necessarily, just generally, if one knew, would they be able to tell?
As I said, depends on the Dawnfear. I know some Dawnfears go their entire lives without needing to drink blood. There's actually there's an entire bloodline that actually like lives off of psychic energy.
Oh. No, I don't think it's that scenario. I do get a headache a lot from them, so maybe.
But it could be many things. I think you might want to ask that person the question if they do need blood to survive or not.
I'm fairly certain that if I did, they would not tell me. Maybe they would tell someone else, but they would definitely not tell me.
Well, if you do talk to them, you can let them know that the House of Ill Repute here some of the girls there will enjoy it. And there is a butcher in this district who I buy blood from. He will sell you some for a couple silver.
That's not bad at all. Pretty good price, actually. Thank you very much for your assistance and patience. I appreciate the insight into that. I won't bother you any further, but I appreciate your help.
Of course. If you need anything else, need me to stealthily hand them some blood, let me know.
I appreciate that. I think I'm going to just maybe drop a pamphlet in their bag. That seems like a subtle answer that cannot possibly be misconstrued because you don't know who it came from.
Good luck with that.
Thank you. You're very good at miscommunication. Anyway, thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Have a good day.
Gonna go.
Showing zero signs of poor judgment, Laeth would like to not break into, but and not really even case, but kind of hang out around / listen for rumors about the Scriabins in general. We know they have sort of out-of-house maids, so maybe from some of the maids if any of them come to this bar or another bar in the poor person areas of town, just, keeping an ear out.
Well, you're going to, I would say this is going to be a hard roll for this diplomacy.
30.
Yeah, you managed to hear from some maids in one of the bars. It's rumors about they're all scared to go work at the house because people keep going missing. And then they just never return. And they're just told that they took a job somewhere else in the city. So, because it's... Yeah, it is always... It was... The last one to vanish was... actually about 5 days ago on the 29th of Samhain.
Lovely. And then the other thing I would like to do on my downtime is, as a dandy, I can influence rumors.
Yeah.
And I don't want to influence this Scriabin rumor. That sounds bad enough for them. Instead, I would like to influence the rumors about the break-in that happened at the Idrisi house.
Okay.
And this I want to sort of influence at the level of like petty nobles and like off-skirts who might be, you know, looking to gain a little power or looking to sort of edge their way into the Unbroken. And I want to basically suggest that Laeth breaking in to try and kill her mother again is sort of an easy cover-up for another noble or member of the Unbroken trying to take advantage of the situation. And I basically just want to cause a little discord or distrust, if I can.
All right.
We can use luck on these.
You can use hero points.
Yeah, okay. That one's worse. Has it been... It just ticked over to the hour.
Yes, it did.
Okay, hell yeah. That is, I think, another 30. Yeah, that's a 30.
30, okay. Yeah, you're able to plant these, and we'll see how things go over the next week as you sort of try to shift the conversation in these rumors.
Beautiful. And that is all I'm doing. Do I get unfatigued?
Yes, you would after the first day.
Cool.
Because it
Beautiful.
only takes us 1 day of rest.
1 day rest. Nice. Yes, that is my cool and rational downtimes.
Cool and rational downtime. Yeah.
Gravewing or Nihil want to go before someone else goes again?
Nihil, you go, because technically I am the one to go again.
Buddy, I am an antisocial cook that doesn't like talking to people. I kind of just... The only
You
thing
have an alchemist that you keep saying you need to go
I
talk
know,
to.
no, Aubrey, I was thinking, I was like, I can do that, but then the little nag in your back brain is like, oh, conveniently when you have tetanus, you're gonna go visit your doctor. How suspicious. And I'm like, shut up.
You don't know you have tetanus.
Okay, yeah,
First
I
of
know,
all.
that's the thing. It's like, wow, how convenient. Can I just show up, or do I have to book an appointment, Aubrey?
She's a student. She's not an actual doctor.
I know.
So, you generally know the time that she's at home.
Would it be a good idea to bring someone else so I'm not alone, because they're technically now wanted criminals?
And you'll be traveling through multiple districts. You'll have to go to the Ravenswood district, where the Ravenswood Academy is.
Yeah. Again, would it be a good idea to bring someone, or like for emotional support?
That's a you question.
Anyone want to come to the Ravenswood district for emotional support? That's
Sure.
it. Oh my god, Lou! Wow, we're making it a little fun outing. Teehee. Niall, we'll just ask, like, if anyone's not free, can you come with me to the alchemists? I need to go on a visit. You know, if it's not too much trouble.
I'll go.
Oh, thanks, Lou. And I will take you with me. I am stealing the woman. Perfect. Any checks involved?
You will probably want to keep a low profile as you enter the Ravenswood Academy district. So if you want to give me stealth checks.
Oh, yippee. All right. cracks every bone in my body. Let's look at the
Hey.
symbol spec.
What if I can't help Nihil? What if I put on an illusory disguise?
Then that helps even more. And if you're doing that, you won't have to roll.
I
But I still
will
have
do
to
that. I'm gonna just pull out my little compact mirror, pick a new face out of it, think the shadow gets a little weird on it, and then voila, new Lou.
New Lou, new you.
That's the idea.
I did not come prepared with this, so I have to roll a stealth check. Wow, it's a good thing I've been sitting in the background and not doing anything with my hero points that I have a bunch of just hoarded in the background, you know? Hypothetically.
You have 2.
Well, hypothetically, I'm going to have 1 in about a second. Okay, that is more acceptable. That's a 24 in total.
Yeah. You do this, and you've been to this district before. It's easy to all of the districts on this side of the river. It is the most heavily guarded. And you enter, and so the Ravenswood district is one of the is a very old district in the city. Most of it is taken up by the massive, almost castle that is the Ravenswood Academy. This sort of giant Gothic building, but it also does have housing for teachers and students here, as well as some small shops and things like that. And Indigo is in the sort of, not necessarily they're in the student housing. So you know where it is, and you can go and knock on the door. If both of you want to give me perception checks.
My eyes will be opened.
Hey! I rolled a natural 17, baby!
I rolled a nat 20 and I'm mad it wasn't on the cooking check.
High five!
I don't want this. I wish I did better on the cooking check.
That's a 28! I haven't rolled this well in weeks. Woo! That's
I got
going on my
27,
little
but it's
list.
not 20, so it's cooler by default.
So as you approach this sort of small house, you just cannot shake the feeling that you are being that not necessarily you are being watched, but this house is being watched.
Lou, do you feel this?
I do. And so this is kind of what it felt like around my dad's house.
Should we do a little bit of snooping?
Sure.
If anyone's stalking Indigo, I would like to deal with them as quickly as possible.
All right. Don't do anything dangerous and stay within, 500 feet of me.
Very specific number that I will probably will not be able to leave.
Count your steps.
All right, I'll count every single step and try not to move out of 500 feet.
Perfect.
Maybe just a cursory, glance around to see if I can notice anything now that I'm this is being watched. Do I see anyone that's, watching suspiciously, from another building or, I don't know. You know?
Give me another perception check.
Yay! Me when I perceive things. That is a dirty 20. A filthy, dirty, nasty 20.
Lou, are you also going to roll a perception check?
Oh, sure. The speechlessness of it.
Cool. That lasted a good long time. How about 13?
Oh no.
So Lou, you get a little bit distracted with a corpse, a flock of corpse moths
Using a block of corpses. Jeez. Yeah, that would be distracting, Aubrey.
Corpse moths. They really like this district. It's the high towers and everything here. They roost there, and they're people here also. The students love feeding the corpse moths.
Are they like fucking pigeons?
Yeah, pretty much. Just giant flesh-eating
Aubrey.
pigeon moths.
Aubrey,
Pigeons eat
Aubrey,
flesh.
what are they feeding the corpse moths? The moths that eat
They feed the
corpse?
meat. Yeah, they feed the meat.
Can you
This is what
imagine?
happens to the cadavers that aren't good for the anatomy students anymore.
Possibly.
All those pre-med students, they're like, well, the cadavers past spent. We took all the organs out to the corpse
All
moths.
I'm gonna say is, can you imagine just there's the flock of corpse moths, and then the students are like, oh yay, they're there, and they just throw a whole fucking body at them.
Indigo putting her body in the bag for Nihil, like, hold on, I gotta keep this one for reasons.
There's
I'm gonna
totally
go
an
feed
area.
the corpse moths.
There's totally an area where it's like, here is pellets that you can feed the moths that the moths totally like, and the students are like, nah, and they roll up with like the like the ends of the butchers don't use or sell, like the little scrap ends, and they roll up with that and start throwing like fucking chicken feet and shit at the moths instead. So the moths never eat the pellets now, completely defeating the purpose of that's what I do every time I go to a fucking zoo and there's like an open area for the bears. Throw marshmallows at them. They're never gonna eat your shit food again.
That's not good, Aubrey, that's not good.
They love the marshmallows.
Oh my god, it's like those things where it's like, oh my god, I've fed so many corpse moths that they'll just land on my hand now and eat right out of it. Sometimes they'll try to eat my hand too, but that's okay.
They
No,
won't.
they-
They'll
they-
never fucking see me again.
They're like carrion feeders, so they don't generally eat living things.
Oh my god, you can feed the corpse moths right out of your hand if you're careful enough.
If you want a cat-sized moth landing on you, yes.
That is exactly what I want, Aubrey.
But also,
Close enough.
like-
Welcome back, Barry from Blood of Kings.
Very would love me.
But yeah, no, this area does have like the sort of the thickest populations. Also, like, there is essentially like a magical creatures class at Ravenswood, and quite often they will feed the corpse moths and sketch them and learn about them. So, yeah. But yeah, no, this corpse moths, Lou, you were distracted by like a flock of them. They kind of like alight on a sort of a nearby, sort of little art sculpture, and you're just like, ooh, they're so pretty. And Nihil, as you're looking around, the big problem is this area is very populated. This area is very busy. There are a lot of teachers and there are a lot of students, and this is like mid-afternoon. It's you cannot pin down where this is coming from.
I'm not really sure where this is coming from, but acting suspicious is probably going to be a terrible idea, so let's keep our heads to the best that we can and head inside, I think. Lou, stop looking at the corpse moths.
No, I was just wondering if like they're competition for you.
No. We eat different types of meat.
But I mean, they're dead things regardless, right? And the dead meat. What's really the difference? That doesn't matter anyway.
That's something you need to ask Indigo. She's the one that's been studying it.
Oh, fascinating. Carry on.
That is what the corpse moth eat, yeah.
Does Schism hate corpse moths? Does Schism try to eat corpse moths because they... Or do the corpse moths hate Schism? Hey, Schism!
That's an opinion that he can have.
I'm not sure you want to have the conversation
Yeah.
with the
Let's go
with the
inside.
symbiotes right now out in the open.
This is
you
a
could,
talking
but
walk.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's ask when we're in safe Indigo room,
Mhm.
This is a bit. We're moving on. Back
Yeah.
to what? The bit's done.
Yeah, you do that, and you knock on the door, and After a few seconds, Indigo will open, and there's sort of this. They are a Gonzi gnome, so they've got sort of this colorful pattern on their skin and this almost rainbow-ish hair. As they look up and they see you, Nihil, and they go, "Oh my God, you're alive."
Yeah, a lot of things happened, and I brought you lunch.
It's been like a month.
A lot of things happened. Can me and my friend come in?
Oh, yeah. Come in. I think I have some normal sized chairs somewhere.
It's okay, I can sit on the floor.
Yeah. Okay. And we'll take the food and then immediately put it on like a counter, and then turn back to you after to close the door. It's like, okay, so what happened? Are you okay? Has it progressed any? Do you need anything?
The only bodies I've been able to eat for the past 2 weeks have been very rotten. So if you have any corpses, that'd be great.
I unfortunately don't have corpses because I'm an alchemy student, not an anatomy student.
It was worth a shot. I know you guys sometimes throw those up to the corpse moths.
Yeah, and again, it's people in the anatomy studies, not alchemists, unfortunately.
But it's been progressing in weird ways. I've been awakening new spells and powers that I hadn't had before. And like to show off, I guess. Can I use a spell, but like in a non-effective way, but in like a do something that's cool way? Like
Depends on the spell.
I don't know. Let me look. Because I want to do like second level spell vibes. Because I didn't pick the third ones yet. I guess technically, like opening one of the mouths and like a bunch of the tendrils kind of vomit out onto the floor, and it's like that's new, and that hurts people a lot.
Indigo takes a step back from the tentacles, and that is something. Where are my notes? Also, hi, I'm Indigo.
Oh, hello. My name is Lou.
Um,
A nice friend we met in prison. Don't worry about it.
The prison, okay.
A lot of things happened, but we're out of prison.
Yeah, I would guess with you being in my house.
Touché. But she's very well-meaning and a little bit eccentric, but Lou is a good person.
And, knows the...
Oh, yeah. I've
met Schism.
I've made a couple of friends.
Uh-huh. These aren't like, we're not going to have a repeat of the Twilight Watch, right?
Well, I'm trying not to. I'll do my best.
Okay. Yeah, that's the important part.
I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
But things have been progressing. I think a checkup is good, and this building is being watched.
I mean, Ravenswood, everyone's watching everyone. Like, gossip is like an entire other form of currency here.
I know what that's like.
A lot of my new friends love gossip.
So do a lot of students.
Have you heard any interesting gossip?
I try not to pay attention to it too much. I did hear, though, that rumors going around about Starlight Bastion that the ghoul epidemic might be over and they may be attempting to reopen the district soon.
Oh, yeah, that was us.
That's good.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what they do because, it's been closed off for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely interesting. I hope things are good. Niall's not very good at socializing. I think she probably knows that, and he's just like, poke me with whatever you gotta poke me with.
Let's take a look at you, see how things are going.
Also, because Lou asked, now I'm thinking about it, why is it only human meat and not other animal meat?
It's a great question. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you. I think it may actually have something to do. My theories currently has something to do with you, and it essentially is replacing what it's eating from you. So it has to be of like a compatible type. Like if Schism like attached to an animal, I think it would have to eat other animals of like the same genus.
So it's essentially required cannibalism.
Yeah, still working on a way to fix that.
I appreciate you so much. But other than that, nothing too interesting has really happened. The spells have gotten stronger. Looking at my notes, I invented a way to make affordable coffee if you would ever like some coffee delivered to you.
I mean, there's plenty of coffee shops here and tea shops here, so I think the coffee would be cold by the time it got to me, so.
That's fair.
Indigo will ask that you kind of unwrap some stuff, and will sort of like prod at like the mouths and things and all of that, and as she's moving along, we'll ask you interesting, like, so you never mentioned where you met this thing.
It's a long story.
Oh, maybe one day you can tell me the story. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Yeah, there's like a little bit of atrophy in some of your muscles and some other things, but you should try to eat regularly.
Do you have any students that you really hate? I'm kidding.
I'm not a teacher, so I don't know.
Oh, there's a teacher that you really hate.
No, there's no teachers that I hate. I need all of my teachers to live so I can pass my classes and get my degree.
Well, if there's any students that you have a very bad opinion of, just let me know, hypothetically.
Sure, yeah, I'll let you know if anyone gets on my bad side, I guess.
This is a joke. Don't worry, this is a joke.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Hearing this, she casually threw aside a large rock. And there's no shortage of bodies in the line of work that I've found myself in, but a lot of the lamplighter bodies are a bit unsavory.
Yeah, it has to do with what they do to themselves.
I know the gist, but do you know any details about it?
The alchemy professor has been talking a little bit about what they do, and it kind of just involves alchemical concoctions with monster blood and other pieces, and those kind of give them the abilities of said monsters, and but also it is poisonous to their own blood, so the longer a member of the Holy Blood serves, the more poisonous their blood is, and slowly they just like die of super blood poisoning.
Oh yeah, it did taste like they had mild blood poisoning.
Yeah.
But just, you're being safe and everything, right?
I know.
I know it's mostly gossiping students, but whoever's watching this building's the energy that they have is very bad. And I'm a little worried.
Duly noted. And sort of points at a thing that you didn't even notice before. There, above some of the doors, there are alchemical traps rigged.
Clever.
It's nothing that's going to kill a person, but it's going to give them a really bad day.
Mm-hmm. Make them think twice.
Naya, if it would alleviate your concerns, is it worth asking some of our new friends to pop by periodically?
That would be a good idea. Some of them are very good at keeping people safe, so a nice watch over the place would be a good thing if it's safe.
Mm-hmm. If
Thank
they
you.
are, available.
I'm sure we could put in a request. But I hope your thesis is still going well. How far are you again now? It's been a month.
Still got a couple more years. It's a long process.
A slow journey, indeed. It is nice to hear your updates now and again.
Yeah. Let's try not to have it be a month next time.
Okay, I'll come back in maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks is good. Make sure you're maintaining a healthy diet.
I'm doing my best. It is a little bit hard to find a fresh resource of corpses nowadays that aren't poisonous.
Yep. Well, I have a class to get to, but thank you for coming by. I'm glad to know you're okay, and lovely to meet you too, Lou.
Pleasure.
Well, I'll see you out, and just be safe.
You too. And I'm just gonna put like a hand on my chest and be like, "Fit as a fiddle, got it."
Yeah.
Broken fiddle. But yeah. I guess we will definitely head out. I'll make sure that the little pack lunch is there. I didn't forget anything, as a treat.
Mhm.
And I guess while we're heading out, I do want to just ask Lou, I wonder if we ask some people to watch. Do you think Lorelai would happen to have any sort of access to food? She has connections in a lot of places.
I would say if anyone would, it would probably be the assassins. But also, that is up to you if you want to ask that of her. But also maybe ask Gravewing before you ask her, just in case Lorelai does not cool with your diet.
Maybe asking Gravewing about it would be the best idea, just because as much as I don't want to have to ask people for help on something so sensitive, I'm going to die.
No, yeah, that is a pickle.
Oh, if only I could sustain myself on pickles, dear.
I meant it was a dilemma, but yeah.
Oh, okay. As we go,
It's a family saying, I don't know. You don't talk about pickles in your family?
No, we didn't really talk about pickles that much.
Shame. They're very delicious.
And we did have some sayings about doing unto others as you'd like done unto yourself, but mostly just positive things,
Oh, I think the pickle thing is about the most positive thing we had going on as a family.
Do you want to talk about it?
Nope. Let's go
fair.
back.
Good. Internally, I don't want to hear about it. Let's head back.
Right?
Bonding moment? Absolutely not.
Yeah, no bonding. No bonding at all.
We respect boundaries in this house. You can say no.
Anyone else have something they would like to do?
Well, now I have to bug
For this
Gravewing, but
weekend.
Gravewing also has stuff to do. So I'll let Gravewing do this stuff first and then grab her by the throat. Grab her softly by the shoulder.
I guess that's my turn. That's my cue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to have a chat with Lou sometime this week.
Lou's so popular.
So popular. Where
Oh,
where
boy.
am I gonna find you?
Probably in the whatever room we are in with the crone hammer. Just like having made an impermanent mess of things. In terms of like just the floor is covered with like esoterica and like all of the contents of her bag are out, and she's got like a bunch of things like in like a chalk circle surrounded by like herbs. But like she seems to be in the middle of like fixing a sigil. Just having, she's having a normal time.
Would you say, are you like engrossed in your work and maybe you've missed a meal?
Yeah, totally.
Cool. I'm gonna come in dressed casually, still wearing a mask, which means I look very off-putting. It's like the equivalent of wearing like gray sweatpants and like a black top and then whatever the very ornate, very nice mask that Lorelai made. Not off-putting at all. I'll come in with, I don't know, vegetarian snacks because you're a vegetarian. And I'll knock first actually because I don't know what you're doing. Last time I walked by a door that you were in, you were having the strangest conversation with Laeth that I completely overheard. So I'm knocking this time to let you know.
Yeah. Lou would let you in. And because Gravewing is pretty observant, would probably see like the mix of like dread and then resignation just flicker real fast before it gets covered up with like polite smile. Gravewing, did you need something?
No, pretty sure you stay in this room.
Yep.
You didn't eat. So.
Oh. Has it been that long?
Yeah. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna enter and look for a space clean enough to put a plate on.
Lou's just gonna throw everything off of the chair. There's like books and like journals there and just chuck it on the floor. You can sit, or I can take that, or whatever.
Whatever, wherever you'd like me to keep it, I'll keep it.
I'll just take it and hold it.
Okay. I give it to you. And then I kind of just make like I'm gonna leave again, but like I stop halfway.
Thank you for the food.
Yeah. Was that your first time killing somebody?
Second, I suppose, technically, if you count Talus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You need to be made out of stronger stuff if you're dedicated to the cause.
Yep. I am sure you're right.
Are you religious? You worship?
Yes.
Star Mother?
Primarily.
Well, then you don't need me to tell you what her edicts are.
Nope.
And then you really shouldn't have to be worried about your placement in her eyes.
She does sort of have a thing against killing without mercy and all that jazz. Jazz exists in this world.
Well, our Anathemas are failing to give a chance to surrender and engaging in bigoted behavior, and I think those people do plenty of that.
I suppose that is possible also. But, not to worry, I am in the middle of fixing, the overall problem that is me, and we will make progress eventually. Sooner than later. Probably. And she'll gesture at the mess on the floor.
How is this gonna fix you exactly?
Well, it is a mix of new knowledge I found. Last time I went home, I found some of my old things, and then there's a notebook from my mother that I hadn't looked at very hard, so there's some new stuff in there. And then there's like a thing I can do, maybe, if I can figure it out, that'll maybe solve some other problems. And, just generally, the 38th time, I think, is the charm, right? You can't fail at everything you do, ever. Eventually, statistically, you gotta succeed eventually. And this is that time. We are here. This is the moment. And if not, it'll be the next one.
If it helps, I don't think you're a total failure. I've literally met and dealt with worse.
That is good. That's great.
I have an above the table question, but I'm also willing to make a perception roll. Have we ever seen Lou just do the feather thing, like rip them out? Like, you've used it in battle sometimes, but I'm not sure how, like...
No, I think it's all been out of sight of people.
That's what I was gonna say. Has it always been out of sight?
Yeah, though I would imagine that through the course of this conversation, like, she's pretty covered up, like her general outfits are pretty covered up on purpose because of this very problem. But I think you might notice that the like her gloves start to get a little tighter, like suddenly there's like another layer underneath that wasn't there when you walked in. And she's got the little boob window. So yeah, there might be a feather or two like on the edges of the boob window poking. Titty window.
Okay, well, if I notice the feathers, then I'll just kind of point at them and be like, you shouldn't preen too often.
That is, you don't have to worry about that either. It is under control.
Is it the curse?
What curse?
We watched your cousin.
Right, that curse. Okay,
yes.
No, that's true. I just didn't realize it was common knowledge. It was widespread.
It's a little hard to explain away.
Lots of individuals get cursed all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a family thing.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure one of you said it.
Ah, well, oops. Don't worry. I have plenty of time to deal with it, and absolutely almost zero symptoms. Sorry.
No, what I was saying was you shouldn't be like pulling at your feathers because your feathers are probably attached to your skin. That's how you fuck up your skin.
I mean, there's no other way to get rid of them.
Why do you need to get rid of them?
Because I'm not supposed to have them.
I am all snake. That's like saying I'm not supposed to have legs when I can make legs.
Yes, but that is who you are. You were born to be like that. I was not. I mean, I guess kind of, but not like in the same way. It's a curse. It's not supposed to be at all. It's because of the actions of the bad choices other people have made, and now I get to live with them as usual.
Well, I mean, that's just life, but I don't think. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna get feathers, you have feathers. Obviously, you're gonna preen when you need to, kind of like how birds do. My dad used to do it all the time. What you got to do, though, what I'm saying is you should do though is it seems like it's kind of becoming a natural part, and I think maybe you should just let it happen, like the feathers all over. You're gonna hurt yourself, and then all of this hard work you've been doing is gonna be actually worth nothing, and then you're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna be cursed and feel like shit. I think you should just be one thing. So you can either be shit or you can be cursed, you know?
I don't know if it's allowed to work like that. The way Yuri talked about it, I have a time limit, not one that matters in the scheme of the world ending, so it shouldn't impact the group. But if it is not dealt with before then it deals with me. So I don't know if embracing it is exactly the right route. Considering
Have you tried it?
I didn't know I had it until last week.
Oh, that shit. You should try it. See what happens. Worst case scenario, you're still cursed.
Worst case scenario, I think I could attack you all.
That's not that bad.
To.
That's not that bad. We are all in a boatload of shit. And two of you can, assumedly, you as well, can turn into monsters, for lack of better terms. 3 of us total can turn into something else. 4 of us, 1 of us is a fucking cannibal. Like, I think you're like attacking us. 1 of us can eat us while we sleep. So
Schism one ends.
I don't think Schism would.
Nihil might. I'm kidding. Don't tell them I said that.
I don't know.
In a gay way.
I don't know. Sometimes Niall's been asking me weird body questions, so
You have no
who knows?
idea. They have another one for you eventually. I don't want to tell it, but you're in for it. Let me tell you.
I don't mind it. You know, it's not every day that people get to ask me questions and they're like genuinely curious. I'm taking it all in good faith until he, like, I don't know, eats one of my eggs. That's gonna be weird because it's not really an egg.
What is it? No, wait, you don't have to answer. I'm sorry.
I want you to answer. Hold on a second. Answer.
Go away, Nihil.
It's no big deal. It might happen. Who knows? Yeah, occasionally I lay eggs, but they're infertile, so they're slugs. But they're not like alive or anything. It's just there's a sac.
Oh.
Yeah.
What if I lay eggs? Ooh,
Well, I'll show you how to take care of them.
I don't even know what I am. I mean, the feathers are a giveaway, but that could mean so many things.
Well, if you start growing wings or something, I can help with that too.
That would actually be useful.
Yeah. Anyways, stop pulling at your feathers. You're gonna break your skin, and then you're gonna get an infection. And you were rich, but if you haven't paid attention, you're probably not anymore. So you can't afford a doctor. It's gonna suck when the infection kicks in. 3 of us have tetanus or something like that right now. We keep getting sick, y'all. I feel like the next thing we should do is look for a doctor, but that's just me.
That's maybe one of the ways I can help if I can do this thing right. But we'll see if it works out.
Cure tetanus?
Maybe.
Do you think if Nihil ate a body with tetanus, would he get tetanus?
I mean, the poisoned body really did a number on him. And his doctor friend, Dr. Adjacent's friend, did suggest that it was like it was poisonous stuff. Like it was bad to eat the bad ones because it impacts the body, the host.
So like eating spoiled stuff. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
You are what you eat.
God, I hope not.
Well, that seems like a good place to fade out on that scene as we come to the end of the week. And when we come back next time, we will start with our next rebellion phase. I think this one's going to be busy. This one's going to be a little busy. A lot to do. Yeah. So yeah, take us out.
Thank you everyone for listening to a wonderful episode of Goblins and Gays. Feel free to at me at Goblins and Gays. Feel free to at us at Feel free to follow us on Blue Sky, on Instagram, on Patreon at Goblins and Gays. I really just said at me at Goblins and Gays. I don't access the accounts. If you ping them, you're gonna get someone else. You're probably gonna get Aki. But give us a good 5-star review, as a treat. Give us your money as a treat.
Now it haunts me. All these demons, how they surround me in this red light. It calls me. He is reaching out, consuming. Understand every step. Tyrant of the dark star. Where's my love? Won't hold this heart. Daylight is a distant dream. Non facta est looming there. Dressed up from this hope ever fleeting. Dark prevails, but my heart keeps on beating. Take my hand, we must face it again. Yesterday, those are notes.